Hello people, welcome to BP's Pitara. It's Saturday and it is time for a news story. And today I've got to you the Professor Files. That is the name of the news story. It's a series, the Professor Files. And today we have the first edition called the PowerPoint presentation. So let us give it a begin. It was time for the communication sessions. The professor hesitated to call them lectures, a term he felt carried unnecessary baggage. He was on a 60-day assignment at a business school, tasked with sharpening the communication skills of about 60 final semester business administration students, the MBAs. As a morning person, he thrived in the early hours, and the 8 to 10 slot fit him perfectly, leaving the rest of the day open for other pursuits. Nearly a month into the course, things were progressing well. The sessions were lively and the students, for the most part, were engaged, except for one glaring exception, Mr. Ajay Kumar. Ajay's profile was unremarkable. A graduate from Faizabad University, specializing in marketing. But his personality leaned heavily towards shyness, sprinkled with a troubling dose of insincerity. Despite the professor's repeated attempts to instill the importance of communication, Ajay had remained indifferent. He was irregular in class, disengaged during sessions, and had been dodging a PowerPoint presentation assignment for over 2 weeks. The professor had heard every excuse imaginable, but today he was determined to break the cycle. At precisely 8:30 a.m., the door creaked open. "May I come in, sir?" Ajay Kumar stood framed in the doorway, his boyish grin betraying the faintest hint of nervousness. His neatly gelled hair and lanky frame added to his awkward charm. Manhood was still many a shave away. The professor's heart leapt. This is it. He wasn't going to let Ajay slip away this time. "Oh, come in, Mr. Ajay," he said with mock cheerfulness, striding over to him, grasping Ajay's hand in a firm handshake lock. The professor ushered him to the front of the class. "Ladies and gentlemen," the professor announced to the bemused students, "we are honored today. Mr. Ajay Kumar has been so elusive, has blessed us with his presence. He will make his presentation right now." Ajay froze. His hand instinctively went to the back of his head, ruffling his hair in nervous deflection. "Sorry, sir, I'm not ready. Not today." The professor's patience, stretched thin over weeks of evasion, snapped. "Not ready again? All right, Mr. Ajay. Your priorities are crystal clear. So why don't you take out a sachet of your favorite pan masala? Let's both enjoy it here and now, since you clearly don't care about this class." The class snickered. A fortnight ago, the professor had caught Ajay red-handed at the corner beetle vendor, leisurely indulging in tobacco when he was supposed to be preparing for class. "Sorry, sir," Ajay protested, his voice more confident than expected. "I have quit that habit." The professor raised an eyebrow, unconvinced. "Oh, really? You ignored 15 of my instructions, but you quit pan masala after one conversation with me? Come on, pull the other one, Ajay Kumar." Yes, sir, I swear. Fine, the professor said with a smirk. Prove it. Empty your pockets. The class perked up, heads turned towards Ajay, and the air grew electric with anticipation. Ajay sighed and began the ritual. Out came the handkerchief. On the table, the professor instructed, stepping back for a better view. The bike keys followed, then a folded sheet of paper. The students leaned in, their curiosity mounting. That's it, sir, Ajay declared, patting his pockets for good measure. See, nothing. The socks. Ajay rolled up his trousers, revealing plain white socks. Nothing there either, sir. I told you, I've quit. The professor felt the situation slipping from his grasp. His plan to corner Ajay was unraveling fast. Then, like a spark in the dark, inspiration struck. The wallet, he exclaimed triumphantly. Ajay hesitated but complied. Handing over the leather wallet, the professor riffled through it with practiced efficiency. Neatly folded currency notes, a driving license, an Aadhaar card, and a few receipts. All perfectly in place, but no tobacco. Wait, the professor said, narrowing his eyes. He flipped the wallet over and checked the hidden coin compartment. Still nothing. Then, as his fingers brushed against the side slit, he felt it. A smooth plastic sachet. Gotcha! He exclaimed, pulling out the contraband with a flourish. But the victory was short-lived. Ajay's face turned ashen and he lunged forward, stammering, Sir, please, no. Too late. The professor raised the sachet high like a trophy, ready to deliver his final moralizing blow. The class erupted, not in gasps, but in peals of laughter. Confused, the professor looked closer at the offending item in his hand. It wasn't pan masala. It was a condom. The realization hit him like a freight train. The professor's face flushed a deep crimson as the laughter in the room reached a crescendo. Ajay stood mortified, staring at the floor. His shoes suddenly the most fascinating thing in the world. For a moment, the professor was at a loss for words. Then, with as much dignity as he could muster, he placed the sachet back on the table. Well, he said, clearing his throat, Mr. Ajay Kumar, it seems you are prepared, just not for this class. People, I ended the story right there because there is nothing else to add and nothing else to say. People, thank you for watching the Professor Files. I'll be back next Saturday with more. In the meanwhile, please take good care of yourself. Please be yourself. Try to write. And of course, don't forget to share, like, comment, because that is essential for the VP's Pitara to survive. So thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.